So that's always a good way to get a good room and also so also a good trick for you future educators and for those who are going to perform throughout that you may do a master class and so that way you can kind of like approach the way you approach work things on the board. These are some great things in the method book. If you have it, you can take a picture of it. But let's somebody when forming an embouchure, and I wrote this straight from the method book. What's the first thing that it says? Forming a what? M, yeah, that's an M. Forming M with your lips. You know, actually the first thing the method book said, and I did not write, moist your lips and bring them together as if you're saying the letter M, but I wrote the letter M. But my math says, you know, if your lips are dry, you can't be able to get nothing out. Have to moist your lips. What's the second thing here? Keep your jaw open and relax. Why should we keep our jaw open and relaxed when forming an embouchure? Right. Let the air be able to flow freely. What's number 3?
Stay relaxed.
Stay relaxed. Why is it important to stay relaxed? Right. It'll sound like almost like a sound, like you're straining. And even like when you tense up here, you can even feel it. You already know what type of sound that you're gonna get, or you can teach somebody what type of sound you get. But if you're relaxed, it's like airflow, right? All right. Before we start with the mouthpiece, let's sit up and flat. Let's go through some breathing exercises. This is also good from an ensemble standpoint when you're teaching to make sure the air is flowing right within the body. So we're gonna go in for 4, out for 4, and I don't want your shoulders to move. We just want I wrote when producing first tone, diaphragmatic tonal resonance, and I kind of explain what that means. But we want with diaphragm here, we should be able to feel that air almost like a balloon. Fill up and then release. Let's in for 4, out for 4. 1, 2, ready, and that's right. And I should hear the air. And in, and out. 2, 3, 4. You can do this in many sequences. This is a good warm up, even for the full ensemble. Let's do in for 2, out for 4. In for 2, out for 4. 1, 2, ready, and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Last time. 2, 3, 4. Let's do in for 2, out for 8. Why do you think that I'm changing the duration? And why do you think that that's a good warm up for? Someone. Yeah. Like, yeah, why are we changing duration?
Because when the control the air.
Right. Control the air is different across all instruments. For my woodwind players, have you even tried to mess around on the trumpet to see how much air it really takes? For my people who are in woodwind methods, how many hours in here when you were learning flute, it takes more air than you realize for a smaller instrument to control and sustain. It takes a lot. So, with that being said, Let's do that in for 2 after 8, and I want you to focus on spreading your air out. It shouldn't get to where you're at 7, 8, and you're getting out of breath. You need to be able to evenly space your air out. So let's do in for 2 after 8. 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Make sure you get a good sip. 2, ready, and last time. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. This definitely has a direct correlation to what I call diaphragmatic tonal resonance. Diaphragmatic air. We do not want air here, from here, or of course here when we playing. Almost like when someone's singing. You can almost tell like when someone uses a hair voice, makes your throat tone, direct correlation to clarinet, but diaphragmatic air. Because once we play in here and we have a good set of good breath, we can expect a great tone. And so we're going to try to do that with the mouthpiece. So I want everybody to hold their mouthpiece in their right hand. In their right hand. I want you to form an M with your lips. Say M. 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 Do that a couple times. You know what that feel like. M. M. Nice and relaxed. M. And when you form that M, that's how I want you to slight pucker. But also too, with your corners, I want the firm corner. So if you were to feel your corner, almost like kind of feeling here, feeling the pressure, I want you to be able to feel that you're firm, not tight. Because when we have tightness and we have straining, what happens? We don't produce a good sound. Nice, firm, in, and stay relaxed. So I want you to just try to get a buzz sound on your own. On your own. Good. All right, let's get some buzz sound. Let me hear you. Just give me a straight tone. Try it again. Make sure, here's the misconception, right? We're trying to get a buzz sound. What's the first thing we need to do before we even try to get a buzz sound? We have to breathe. We just did a whole breathing exercise and we didn't breathe. So make sure to breathe, make sure to get a good air, relax. No rushing, you're just trying to produce a buzz sound. Ready? You see that time when you breathe, immediately buzz, right? Breathe. Why don't you give me a good breath? Ready? Good on the concert air. You said do it on the No, he just did it on the concert air. Sorry. Relax. Ready? Okay, Remington. Ready? Concert A. Let's try. Ready? Okay. Ready? Firm. Make sure relax. Relax. We don't want too firm here, but we want firm. Almost like I want you to feel here. Just feel here. I want you to tighten as much as you can. You feel that? That's real. That's a little too firm because that is tense, but we want firm. I want you to get a good breath of air first. Sit up tall. Ready? Okay, good. You don't count your trumpet player. I want you to relax. Ready? think lower, right? We think lower in pitch when we sing, right? Or you're on the piano. We want to think in a lower range. We don't want to too up. Ready. Good, better. Okay, take your time. Especially we sitting up. Get a good breath of air. Ready. You know, count your number flat. All right. So those are really important, especially when you get to a place and when you're teaching, to go through those steps. Actually writing them out so the class can see them, especially when you're teaching, like, you know, middle school. Depending on where they start. Where I'm from, people didn't start playing until 6th grade. Some people start playing in 4th, 3rd, depending. All right. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to pair up with the person beside you. Pair here. Josue, Julia, Tori, and Justin, and y'all three. Judah, Cassandra. And I want you to practice bending the pitch up and back down. So what that is in the book, when producing the first tone, of course we just did the buzz, but this is what you call a siren sound. It also shows you what kind of flexibility that you should have here in the armature. And if you're following those directions that I wrote on the board, you should be able to bend that pitch up. It's working on flexibility. So I'll give you a minute and a half to do that with the person that I paired you up with. Quick. Sound like y'all were having fun. This is good. All right. So another thing when teaching, right, you want to be able to demonstrate. So I had to go get me a mouthpiece, and God be with me. I remember my math class. Yeah, it was the time. So we want to make sure, of course, follow the same rules, especially for those who've never picked up the trumpet before. And it's okay to write it down. It's okay to look at it, because when you're first learning something, you want to make sure you do it right. Firm altar, M, good air. Right? That's what we kind of want to go for and shoot for. Hear your siren. Sound no alarm. Okay?
don't have to start from the top. I want you to just start from where you can. You can start neutral, go down, go up. Your siren is your sound. Good. Good. Relax. Remember, let's relax. And you know, let's start from the siren coming up and going down. Ready? And that may take some time, right? And of course, I hear it a little bit, but it's going to take time for you to practice and build that embouchure up. So we're going to keep working on that, okay? Okay? Oh, no, you're trumpet. Let me hear you, Jason. Oh, you need trumpet player too. All right, let me hear all y'all all the trumpet players. Okay, good. So that's a good step. Also, somebody made a good point, and I'm gonna bring it out. Kenny asked, where do our sirens need to start? Oh, let me hear you, bro. Good. Almost like if woodwinds, like if we were holding a note, right, and we're trying to bend that pitch. This is the equivalent to that. And when we talk about flexibility. But Kenny asked a great question. He was like, where does our siren need to start? And this could be an exercise that you do for your class when you're first starting to teach. And that is, first time, the siren needs to start from the bottom and go up. Second time, the siren needs to start from the top and come down. And you can have it where you start at pianissimo, go to forte, start at forte, come to pianissimo, and then opposite. Start at forte, and then decrescendo going up, and then start fortissimo, and then come down to pianissimo. There's also different things that will help with the flexibility of your playing as well. So just some practice tips, and this is straight out of the. How many read through this book? You read it out for saxophone? Well, I'm talking about for trombone. If you read out of this book for your instrument, I know in some states it's like essential element, standard of excellence, the red book, the yellow book, the blue book. All of them are great, and all of them provide excellent resources. All of us who are in this room have started on a method book in some way, shape, or form, playing hot cross runs, or playing. This is the standard. But here it reads with just regular practice tips, and we all know how to practice on our horn. But just from a trumpet practice standpoint, of course, find a place with a good firm chair where you won't be interrupted. So, of course, these chairs are nice. You want to start by playing long tones. And long tones are good, and people hate long tones. You know what built my tone as a saxophone player is playing like hours on hours, just holding a note. Seeing if I can able to bend that pitch off the pitch, but also getting to a place to where I'm uncomfortable when I'm out of tune, and I know I have to fix it. Same with this when you're buzzing. To find a good tone, people automatically pick up the trumpet and want to play like Miles Davis or Dizzy Gillespie, all up in the stratosphere, right? Want to kiss off and do that to a point, that's fine. If you want to do that, there are steps to take that. And you know what steps you need to take to do that? You got to play long tones in the lower register. If your lows are not where it needs to be, your highs are not going to be high. So, to that point, yes. practice on the regular. You know what? I think you all are good enough. Does anybody know the parts of the trumpet? The parts? You guys go over the parts of the trumpet? This is the mouthpiece, right? Mouthpiece. What else? You got valves. How many valves? How many valves do you have? 3 valves, right? 3 valves. Where's the finger hook at? No, there's only one finger hook.
Oh, that's a tuning peak.
Where's the third? Where's that tune? Where's that slide valve at? That kick slide. There you go. Cool. Yeah, everybody in here, yeah, there's not many people in here that read, well, only a couple of you read bass clef, but you should be used to reading treble clef as well.
Let's do our first note here. And this is in the book. Let's do this E here, and that is 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and in the book, in the method book, and it shows for my people. And it's also important that sometimes you may have to print out, and everybody in here should print out a finger chart, so you know, so you can start getting some the fingerings and within the series. So I suggest you do that. And even I think in the method book, some people want to get take a picture of this. Yeah. In the back of the book here. You'll see there a fingering chart that can help you. Y'all can come up and scan this with your phone at the end of class, so you can get some practice in on your own time. E natural. All right. Let's do E. Wait. But before we get into playing, if I was to play a concert B flat. Here, on the piano, concert instrument, how would that be written for a trumpet? C. Why is that? Because transposition is stupid. So that was funny. Because it's a step up. I always think a step up. So B flat would be a C on the trumpet, a C would be a D. Does anybody else feel the same way about transposition the way I feel about transposition? Well, not nobody in here, because everybody in here is a step and either in concert pitch. My saxophone players that play alto, or bari, it's very taunting because we're like a sixth away from. So like my B flat is a G. Yes, it is weird. And then when you start getting into like E major, B major, it gets very weird. Okay, so let's work on this. First note is an E. So if this is an E written for trumpet, what concert pitch is that? Take me E. What's written on the board? Everybody, let's play an E together.
What's the finger?
I wrote it on that 1 and 2.
I played a concert.
I told you to play it. All right, let's breathe together. Let's play together. Let's breathe together. Let's sit up. You sit up. Breathe together and play together. Make sure again from the tenseness, we don't want our hand like our elbows to our side. We want to make sure our elbows are slightly out and we have room. One, two, ready. Again, two, ready. To yourself, I want you to practice breathing and attacking tall right on the downbeat with D, which is also a concert D natural. Don't rush. There's no need to be in a rush. Ready.
That hurts.
Ready.
Oh, I'm okay.
Ready. Ready. I'll come to y'all last. Ready. Relax. Relax. Ready. So you already, so the way you just firmed up, that okay, with that, like when you just firmed up, you're aiming to play it up an octave already. We want firm, right? A couple times to sit there, really feel it. Good. Players. It's just fast air number one and firm. When we say firm, we make it be too loose.
Oh, okay.
But firm. There you go. Alright, everybody again. Let's do. We'll go in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Got it. 1, 2. Ready. In for 4 though. 1, 2, 3. Jason and. 2, 3, 4. Good tones though. Make sure to release though. When we do in for 4, out for 4, it's the same thing when you release on the instrument. We gotta release and and attack the same. So we got in, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. Ready? 1, 2. Ready? Breathe in and breathe in first. Breathe in, 2. Ready? And 2, 3, and release. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, again. One more time, last time, and good. So for first note, first rest, that's okay. So let's go up. 1. So alright. So with this, let's play F. Just one song, just one. Hold on one second. Play me an F. Try it, just play it. Just try it. Alright, here's what I want you to do. Every time that we strive to play a note, I want you to try to produce the best tone you can. Tone is a direct reflection of intonation. So, meaning that next class, when you get here, it may be good to do some buzzing, warm the horn up, and then tune the horn, so that way we can all be in tune. Or if not, it's your when you teach your method class, or when you teach from the podium, it's gonna sound like a middle school band room because intonation is gonna be everywhere. But for now,
How do you tune the horn?
there's many ways. Here, there's a tuning valve. There's a slide here. You pull in and out. There's valves here, and at certain notes, you can kick this slide out here. Almost like you roll. It's equivalent to rolling in and out on the flute. To like for pitch. And we'll go through those pitch tendencies at some point in the semester. So you know how to do that. But like when you warming the horn up, you see cause now you're all the way in and this is equivalent to your head joint on flute. So you wouldn't want to be all the way in. These are the same trumpets. You're playing on everybody's playing on the same or almost the same with different mouthpieces. So that horn is gonna have different tendencies, even it's the same, it's the same brand, same model, different serial number. Each horn is gonna sound the same. Each horn is gonna sound different. Let's try just F. We'll go in for 4, out for 4. Let's produce a good tone. I want you to not focus on trying to nice dog. I want you to act like a trumpet player. When you put on this persona of playing trumpet, I want you to act like a trumpet player. 1, 2, in for 4, and I said in for 4 how many times?
I'm sorry. It's
1, 2, ready, and 2, 3, good tones. 2, ready, again. 2, ready, and 2, release together. Alright. That's something that I want you all to work on. Let's do one more note. Let's do one more note. In G, play me G. Concert F. Alright, that G is the concert F. So written is a G for trumpet. All right, just to yourself, see them play a G. To yourself. When you're in your own practice, and even now, like when I just told you to play, on your own, just not when someone's in front of you teaching, try to produce the best tone that you can. Because that will help you. If you have in your mind, okay, I'm going to produce the best tone. I know what I need to do to produce a great tone, and I'm going to try to, execute that to the best of my ability. And for some, it's going to take longer to form that armature to get a buzz because we're not brass players. Some of us played on reed instruments or, a woodwind instrument that has had no restrictions. So now you know what it feels like to have restrictions when the metal meets the rub, right? And it is something for you to, we'll get into that. Let's play G and then we'll have some extra questions and just some conversation.
I have a question.
Yes.
How should you hold your horn? Like, should you, like, up or straight up?
I guess it depends on the ensemble that you're in, right? Marching band, we typically normally try to have like bells up. I need to see bells up. And you're playing like Norfolk right now, like the Dizzy Acts. But, I don't need to see like, of course a slight tilt, in concert band because we don't want, that sound like, of course we don't want the sound in the stand, but we definitely, you want to be able to have a good posture and armature. Also in jazz band, normally the trumpets are standing up. So that sound is straightforward, killing scalps. Straight heat. So just in this standpoint, just I don't need to see you. I don't need to see you well, but just a slight tilt for now. All right, let's get that G, concert F. 1, in for 4 though. In for 4. 1, 2, ready. In for 4. Make sure release together. Release 2 and 2. Last time and good. And one thing that's in particular that you should work on is long tones, being able to hold that pitch out, and then by the end of the pitch, that's what we did. Everything we do is intentional. The breathing exercises are intentional, so that way your sound is not wavering and the pitch doesn't drop at the end of the phrase. So if you're holding that pitch out for 4 counts, by the 3rd or 4th count, that pitch shouldn't go flat because you're running out of air. You should definitely do the breathing exercises. Those will help you. All right, let's have a quick conversation. Did someone learn something today? You always want to ask that question. Even if the room goes silent, you still want to be able to ask that question to your students because somebody may have a question or just may have like, oh, I still don't know how to do that. Just because you didn't get it today, don't mean that you will not be able to get it. It takes time, it takes practice, just like riding a bike or tying your shoe or playing the instrument that you started on. It takes time. Does anyone have any questions? Specific question? None? Seeing none, that's good. In your own practice, try to challenge yourself. Try to challenge yourself before the next class, and the next class is next Monday, right?
Yeah.
By next Monday, over the next couple of days, over the weekend, try to record yourself. I want you to try to record yourself and really listen to how you sound. I suggest you record yourself today and see how you sound versus how you sound by the end of the week or Monday, so you can see your progress. This is very important because you don't know how you sound until you really listen back to yourself. How many record yourself when you're practicing? Raise your hand high. There you go. You should. You should record yourself. I record myself from time to time on the podium. I have tons of videos. And I also listen to the ensemble because there's certain stuff from up here and then where you're seated, what you don't hear until you go back and you're like, oh, I ain't out of tune. You gotta fix that. Anybody here have perfect pitch? Sort of. Okay. That's a blessing and a curse. Sometimes I have to just remind myself to just turn it off